What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and I'm back at you again today with another MUT 15 video for you, and we're going to do team update number 2 of the season. A couple weeks ago, we brought out the first update, and we started things out with a 79 overall, and as you can probably see on your screen already, we have now improved up to an 81 overall. So let's go through the team, take a look at some of the changes that were made. We'll focus first up on the offensive line. I believe since last time, our left tackle, left guard, and center may have improved. Right guard and right tackle has stayed the same. But just, increasing overalls here, slowly trying to get all my guys up into the 80s. Left guard and center would definitely be the next two positions to work on the offensive line. I do want to get my boy Jason Kelsey up in there at center. I believe he's an 84 overall. At tight end, I'm still rolling with Zach Ertz. You guys have heard me talk about him probably way too much in the last couple gameplays. And even though I do have Heath Miller sitting here at an 81 overall, Zach Ertz is my starter. You guys have seen the evidence in the gameplays, but if you don't believe me, check him out for yourself. I don't really even know what he goes for on the auction house, because I went out and pulled some packs and I got him in a pack, and being that he's an Eagle, I put him right in there, and God, have I not been disappointed at all. He's a beast in the red zone. He has 88 catching, but he just seems to catch everything in his reach. Some really nice catch animations. So definitely go check out Zach Ertz. Let's check out the rest of the offense here. At the moment, I do have Aaron Rodgers, the free Aaron Rodgers that we got last Friday, as my quarterback now. By the time you guys are watching this video, he would have reverted or downgraded down to a 70 overall like the Richard Sherman did, and I don't even know what free card we would have gotten this new Friday, because I'm recording this on a Thursday. But this card has been my quarterback for the last week since I've been able to use him. And you guys are going to see some upcoming gameplays after today's video with him behind center. After he goes back down to the 70, Tannehill will more than likely go back to being my starting quarterback. So right now he is the backup. I still do have Doug Martin at halfback. Obviously the goal eventually is to get Shady back there, but his price is just a little too high at the moment. So Doug Martin has been filling in, but that backup is Darren Sproles, and I am really, really loving this card. I reiterated it a lot in the last team update video. I love a lot of the two-back sets where I have versatility coming out of the backfield, a guy who has a lot of speed and can catch the ball and come out of the backfield and do all those things, and Darren Sproles is that guy. So he's back there, and then I kept Danny Woodhead on the roster because there's a few formations where I like to put Woodhead and Sproles in together and leave Martin just for kind of the running back running duties, and have Sproles and Woodhead be those receiver backs out of the backfield. So a lot of versatility there. At wide receivers, I still do have Tavon Austin, as you can see, on the squad. He's at wide receiver 4 now. Mike Evans is still my number 1, but I pulled a T.Y. Hilton the other day, and I decided to put him in at the slot just because he's a better overall than Tavon. Speed is, I believe, around the same, and he's been a nice fit in there so far. Again, you guys will see some gameplays coming up. I do also have Stevie Johnson in my wide receiving core and Torrey Smith. A lot of those guys all see the field. Again, I like to sub guys in and out and just put different players in there in different situations. So receiving core isn't really the greatest. Mike Evans, which everybody else in MUT has, is my number 1 guy. So definitely some upgrades that can be made there. But at the moment, they're doing what I need them to do, so I'm not going to change it. So here we go. Let's take a look at our front 4, defensive front. This is where I think I'm really lacking. I do like Lamar Woodley. He's only a 78 overall, but the good thing about him is that I have him at left end, and that's his natural position in this year's game. But we all know he's pretty much played linebacker most of his career, so he's a guy that I can drop back in coverage on that left-hand side when I need to, and he's come up clutch for me a couple times, so that's a really good position to have a guy who used to play and does have the linebacking abilities to play him at the end. But I do like to keep guys at their natural position, so I don't really like to put linebackers that are linebackers in this year's game up on the front 4. Defensive tackle, I definitely need to get better there. 79 and 75 overall. That's a position that I'm probably going to be upgrading next. And then I have Michael Bennett at my left end here. I'm sorry, Woodley was been my right end, so I totally barfed on that one. My whole spiel about keeping guys at their natural position was just an epic fail. I didn't even realize I had Woodley on the left-hand side. But Michael Bennett's a really good one. I believe in the last team update video, I compare him to Carlos Dunlap, who had a high overall, but Bennett's stats looked a lot better. He's still doing the job for me there, so that's one that I'm happy with, but these other three guys will need to be upgraded eventually. Still have Brandon Flowers and Werner as my 1 and 2, but I do now have Stephen Gilmore in the slot. He's got a lot of speed. He's been pretty productive. He was good for me in Madden 25 last year, you know, in the early on rosters, and I believe he had a next-gen card, and I used him. Yeah, he did have a next-gen card that was pretty good as well. I got Tremaine Brock at CB number 4, and we'll go over here to the right. CB number 5 is DJ Hayden. I believe all these guys have man defensive chemistry. Nope, Brock has run stuff, but as you can see, my overall is a 81. We haven't increased it since the last video, but also my man defense chemistry is a 76 now, so we're getting pretty close to that 100 range, about 3/4 of the way there, and a big part of that is the Rising Stars, Clinton Dix, the free safety from the Green Bay Packers. I went ahead and did the double man defensive chemistry set for him, and that's a big part of why I'm at the 76, like I said. And he's been really, really solid. When I'm not user controlling him, he's made some really good plays. He tackles very well in this game. In real life, I cannot say the same. At least from what I saw against the Seahawks, he was not tackling very well. At strong safety, I have Tyvon Branch. He doesn't fit my chemistry, but I love the speed and the hit power. I've only had him for a few games. He's impressed me so far. I got him for about 25K. I thought that was a pretty good deal given, you know, what he goes for. I did get a TJ Ward off the auction house earlier in the week for about 18K, but I decided not to keep it and to go ahead and flip it and make some coins off of it, so that's what I did. And then we'll take a look at our linebacking core. I still have Dansby here at middle linebacker, and because I've been running a lot of sets where I run 4 linebackers, you know, 2 middle, a left, and a right, I have DeQuell Jackson here in the middle as well, and he's been pretty good. What I've most noticed him improving or helping my team with is special teams. He's down there making a lot of tackles on kickoffs and even forced a couple fumbles, so he's a good linebacker number 2 to have. Right outside linebacker, man, I cannot rave about this card enough. Bruce Irvin, and I believe you guys are going to see some really nice plays upcoming, whether he's being user-controlled, spying the quarterback, putting out in coverage. He is very, very versatile. He almost reminds me of what I was able to do with Ogletree, the team captain Ogletree in MUT 25. Just has everything. He can speed, he has speed, he can cover. I can't say it enough, and he's a pretty good and cheap card. So make sure you check him out, man. He's well worth it for all those budget squad or people who are balling on a budget and need a team to build. He's a good card to use. At left outside linebacker, I got Stephen Nicholas. Used to play for the Falcons. I believe he's a free agent now. He doesn't really play unless I'm playing the run. In pass coverage, I don't have a left outside linebacker on there. So I haven't really noticed that he's done too much, and that's a position. There's not many really good rare cards out there as far as left outside linebacker. I think Suggs, and there's just one other, but I can't think of both of them. So that's a position I'm just kind of holding off on upgrading, even though he's only a 75 overall. But all in all, I like my defense. It's coming together. They've been playing a whole lot better than they did to start out. And lastly and quickly, we'll take a look at the specialist group. Still have Vinny Thierry and John Hecker as punter and kicker. I got to replace my kicker soon, though. He just does not have the leg strength that I need. And even though kickers, they don't really seem important, they can be. I need to go out and spend some coin on a good one, because you get to those points where it's a 4th down on the 40-yard line, and you need some points. You need a good kicker to handle that, and Vinatieri has not been doing it for me. Lastly, my kick returner is still Trendon Holiday, but I put Darren Sproles back as the punt returner. That's really going to round out my team. Let me know what you guys think about it. I surely would appreciate the feedback. Again, let me know any cards that you think that I should plug into my roster that might make it a lot better. and I'll be checking those comments. It's Popular Stranger, and I am out. Peace.